Her name was Courtney. She was a friend from back home who was raised in a very strict Catholic environment. And like any teenager in that situation, she rebelled to find a taste of freedom and individualization. One day, she was coming home from school, or so she thought, and just outside her house, she was abducted by a strange man in a strange van. She screamed for help, but no one seemed to listen. I didn't find any of this out until 6 months later, when I received a letter in the mail. She addressed all the things that happened and where she was. She told me all about the horrific conditions and wondered how that this was legal. She's not the only one. There are thousands more like her in these institutions. These institutions are meant for teenagers with behavioral issues, substance abuse, and mental health issues. Today, I am here to shed light on the 3 most predominantly used institutions throughout the U.S. Although there are many, these are the ones that have brought on the most traction by teenagers who have spoken up. The first is wilderness treatment, as you can see in the top picture. Wilderness treatment is an approach to therapeutically solving behavioral issues and substance abuse in order to get them out of the environment that they were previously in. This program includes extensive hikes. They are often starved and are forced to survive extreme weather conditions. Therapeutic boarding school are located mainly in the South, and they are institutions that are primarily therapy-based. However, the instructors are very uneducated, as well as these programs have the most unlicensed programs throughout the U.S. And boot camps are a militaristic style of disciplining and correcting these faults. They have a very rigid standard for discipline and obedience. While there may be some positive aspects to these programs, teens often have little to no contact with friends or family while they are away, and they are exposed to dangerous conditions, including but not limited to hypothermia, starvation, seclusion and restraint, overdosing and underdosing. For example, in the Spring Ridge Signed Consent Form, it specifically states, "Do not acknowledge concern about any of the horrendous circumstances and events your child will undoubtedly describe." Fishy, huh? The Alliance for Safe, Therapeutic, and Appropriate Use of Residential Treatment, also known as ASTAR, describes the range of mistreatment and abuse experienced by youth and families, including harsh discipline, inappropriate seclusion, and restraint. Many teens and formerly incarcerated adults have spoken up about their experiences on their platforms such as Breaking Code Silence and TikTok, but other than their statements, there's an astounding silence in the media and these institutions, as well as government programs. According to the American Psychology Association, over the past decade in the United States, the number of private residential facilities for youth has grown exponentially, and many are neither licensed as mental health facilities by states nor accredited by respected national accrediting associations. Just a few years ago, we were all in high school. Imagine a normal day of school, getting to see your friends, and most importantly, coming home to family. Thousands of teens around the globe are spending their formative years of high school in an unfamiliar place, in a place that could care less about their well-being and more about the image that they are paid to mold them into. They are not there by will, but by force. There's a concerning and awful amount of teens in horribly abusive programs, and they're forgotten about by the majority of our country. We don't forget about those struggling when it's right in front of our eyes, when we could see it, when we turn and it's there. But what about those suffering behind closed doors? Don't they need it the most? They need our help more than ever, whether we agree to see it or not.